Okay, so I'm going to show you how I clean my CPAP machine. This is it. It's a ResMed S9. This is an older model CPAP. It does not have the heated tubing, which I kind of wish I had, but it still works good, and it's a good unit. I've had it for several years. So as you can see, I've already disconnected the power, and we're going to turn it around and take the hoses off. And now there's two parts to this, the motor and the water chamber. And the outside of them you just wipe off with a damp paper towel or a damp rag. Don't use a wet rag or a wet paper towel because you don't want to hurt the motor, which is in this side here. Now with this particular model, it will split in two, and that just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So that's the motor, and that is the water chamber. So the only thing we're going to do on the motor part is change the filter, and the filter is located here. We're going to take it off. As you can see, this one's pretty dirty. You are able to rinse these out, and if you when you put them back in, just make sure they're dried real well. But this one's pretty dirty. I'm going to go ahead and change it out with a brand new filter. So here's my brand new filter, nice and clean, and we're just going to put it right over the intake right there, and then the cover just snaps right over that. So that's that, and this is the again the motor side. We don't want to do really anything else to that. We don't want to get it wet. We don't want to soak it in anything. So we're done with the motor side. Now we're going to go over, this is our water chamber, and we're going to take it out. This is what mine looks like. I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this. And we're going to take it all apart. And you can see I've got some smuts in there, so I haven't done this in quite a while. So it was due to be done. So we're going to take all the pieces. And then the inside of the water chamber, it's heated, so sometimes smut gets in there, and you can kind of wipe it out if you want with a dry or wet rag. And again, just the inside, just wipe it out. Now here's the headgear and tubing. Now this is a nasal pillow, and it's what I use. I know a lot of people have masks, but I just use the nasal pillow, and it puts pressurized air directly into my nostrils. So I take this out, and I just wash this by hand. Normally when I'm washing my hands, I'll just grab it and wash it out with the soap that's on my hands, and then rinse it, and I can put it right back on. Or they actually send me several at a time, and I will put a new one on. So now we disassembled the headgear from the main tubing. And this is just standard tubing. It's 6 foot. And again, this is not heated, so it's just regular old CPAP tubing. So now we're going to take everything, and we've already got a sink full of warm water, and we're going to just add a little dish soap, and it's just mild dish soap. As long as it doesn't have ammonia in it, you're going to be fine. It doesn't take a whole lot. And then once we have that dish soap in there, we're going to just go ahead and put all of the parts of the water chamber in. Let them soak for a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing with the headgear and the tubing. Now the thing with the tubing is you want to make sure that you get that soapy water inside the tubing. And we're getting all the air out of the tubing right now. Getting that soapy water in there. Perfect. Now if you want, you can take a dish rag or a towel and actually scrub the components of the water chamber. And I'm going to do that because I haven't done this for a while, and you can still see I got some smuts in there. It needs to be taken care of. So I'm going to do that and then let it soak, and we'll make sure we get it real good. You'll be able to tell, especially with your water chamber, if you haven't done it in a while, it'll have that slick feeling like a film on it, and you want to make sure you get all of that off. So now that we've waited about 5 minutes, we're going to go ahead and rinse everything off. There's the water chamber. As you can see, I got all the smuts out. And the tubing, just need a quick rinse on the outside just to get the soap off. But the main thing you're going to want to do is rinse out the inside of the tubing real well to get all the soap out of that. And you can do that by just putting the hose directly on the water source, and then you'll see it start coming out the other end. And that's all clean water. So once that's done, we're just going to rinse everything else off. And then we're just going to air dry it on a dish rack. And the actual tubing, the 6 foot of tubing that you have, I hang that over a door, or I hang that on a bath towel. You can even get a hanger and just hang it up on a hanger. But let everything air dry and you'll be good to go. You've now cleaned your CPAP machine. Thanks for watching, everyone.